Hi guys, I ended up getting something for my Addy collection, and this is my Mattel Addy that I have displaying this outfit. And she's rather special to me because this Addy I bought in 2014, right before my grandmother passed away. And so she is wearing the coveted outfit from her collection, which is the kite flying outfit. And again, I ended up getting this kite from a fellow coworker who didn't want it anymore. Her daughter had it in her collection. And since her daughter was going to college, she was giving some of her daughter's items away. And this item was broken. So I took the wire piece out with the handle that was broken, and I just have it on display with Addy, so that every time I display this, I can have Addy holding it instead of flying it. And it works for me. Again, it's functional still. And since Addy is a sewer or a seamstress like her mother in the book, she actually is on her way to becoming an educator because she loves school so much. But in the book, she basically sews just like her mother, and she has like a needle and thread kit in her collection. So I figure this is Addy being displayed sewing her kite before she officially goes to fly it. My other Addy is down here, and she is on her latest bed. This is the Mattel American Girl Be Forever version of the album quilt. It was modeled after a real quilt, but this was from the Be Forever line, and so they made it for Addy's collection. So this is my Be Forever Addy, and she is sitting on the bed. And the things that I got yesterday for Addy's, well, that I think will go with Addy's collection is this book right here, Sewing Stories. And when I opened it up, I was pleasantly surprised because, of course, I saw the cover, but to see this variation of the real life quilt was very pleasant. And I love the illustrations, and I like the way that some of the facts look as if they are part of the applique for the quilt, where you would put who sewed the quilt. And look how cute, again, the illustrations are. And it really gives a sense of dignity and pride to telling our story as African Americans. And one thing I love about these books and the Addy doll, as well as American Girl, the company, is that they market it so that it's American history. You don't have to be African American to appreciate this kind of book and this history of our country. Because whether you like it or not, this was a part of American history, this being American slavery. And when I think about my ancestors, a lot of them were blended into the families of the Englishmen who came over as colonists. And again, that was due to the history of American slavery in this country. So whether you want to acknowledge American slavery or not, this history goes with American Girl Addy's story, because American Girl decided a long time ago that when they made the Addy doll, they were going to tell this part of American history, which was slavery. All right, another book that I ended up getting was Dark Was the Night. And I've been looking at this book for a while. And this book is about a blind musician And the illustrations are so awesome. So when I looked at the illustrations, I knew I had to have this book, because one thing that I always appreciate in my family is we talk about resiliency, and we talk about how you can do anything that you put your mind to. And that's something that I think is important nowadays, because so many kids feel as if for some reason resiliency is something that is unattainable. And really anyone can be resilient. Anyone can tap into their creative gifts. And so that's one thing that I like, is that this person did not feel sorry for themselves because they had a disability. And so there's so many of us who don't have disabilities, but yet we try to feel sorry for ourselves. So I really love the fact that it teaches such a good, it's a good feeling story, and it teaches us to really be proud of the gifts that we have and to utilize everything that we have. All right, so speaking of everything that I have, this was for my Addy collection, and really this is for a book that I wanted for my family library, but I think because this book is specifically about sewing, I'm going to pair this with my Addy collection, and I have her pastime books, so I really feel like it'll go really well with Addy's story. Another thing about the broken kite that I ended up getting was that in this book, High Hopes for Addy, Addy is actually featured here on a carpet or rug making her kite. And so at the end of High Hopes for Addy, the story, there's a little craft, and the craft is on making your own paper kite. And so you can make a doll size version if you want. Oh, sorry, this was upside down. You can make a doll size version if you want, or you can make a full size version. So that's why I didn't really make a big deal about Addy's kite being broken, just because I can still utilize it. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.